Alright, y'all, I got y'all out here with me. It's late, it's 7-something o'clock at night, and I forgot to do a little something. I've been doing a little bit of it, but didn't finish it up, and that is winterizing the faucets and spigots and stuff around here. Tonight it is supposed to get down to, I believe, 29 degrees. It's currently at 34 degrees. I just wanted to show y'all. I'm gonna take y'all over here. You're gonna lose me. You won't be able to see me. But I just wanted y'all to see down in this pump house. See the light there? I always put a light inside the pump house. And I can always remember every morning when I get up to go to work, I can tell if it's burning because you can see like in the little cracks in the pump house and stuff. And that's the first thing I'll do when I get up in the morning at 5 o'clock is take a peek at the pump house when I'm getting to walk into my work truck. And I always tell that light's burning and know if I need to put a new bulb in it. I don't know if y'all are having the same problems I am. We have went to Lowe's, Walmart, Big Lot, Ace Hardware. I mean, pretty much anything, Home Depot, anywhere that I can think of. And you cannot find a incandescent light bulb. Just a plain old school light bulb. And that is what my family and I've always used, and my grandparents and everyone I know has always used regular old plain light bulbs that produce heat. These new LED bulbs, they don't produce no heat, and they're absolutely useless in a pump house. Now, I know I can go buy heat tape and stuff like that and plug it in, but y'all, that stuff's a fire hazard. Let me tell you, we've had, at work, we've used it numerous times, and I've seen where it's caught on fire. Rats will chew it, it'll short out. I've never had problems with the light bulbs, like in that pump house right there. They usually last for a couple of weeks, and then they'll burn out, and I'll just put a new bulb in it. Never had a problem with it. But you cannot locate the bulbs anymore. I have not looked on Amazon, I believe, and I might look on there and see if I can find some. But that's just ridiculous, something you need like that. I'm just gonna bring you along and show you me wrapping up some of these faucets so you know what to do. I don't go buy all the fancy stuff. I just we save like old towels and old rags and stuff like that. And like when a towel wears out and it gets some holes in it or something like that, you can just cut it up in pieces and you wrap your faucet and then use some electrical tape, duct tape, whatever you want. I'll show y'all how to do that. Saves you a lot of money. It's repurposing some old material that otherwise would have been thrown in the trash. And I've never had a faucet freeze. So, and we've had some below freezing, way below freezing, and temperatures here. And I've never had a faucet freeze once I wrap them up. So I'll show y'all how I do that, and might save you a nickel or a dime. All right, y'all, I'm just gonna talk. This is one of the faucets I'm talking about. This is the one right on the outside of the pump house. There's one in the pump house too, but I extended it out here so we could hook up stuff for the garden and stuff like that. Garden's right up there. So y'all can see it's still got some of the old rag and tape where I taped it up last year, and I just cut a little bit open where I could get to the faucet and the handle. So I'm gonna wrap this back up and show you what that looks like. Now you can let your faucet sit there and drip. Moving water will not freeze. You don't need much of a drip. Just a drip, drip, drip like that. You don't need no steady stream or nothing like that. So let me show y'all what I do here. And see, I just got an old towel. Sorry, y'all. See, I just got an old towel right here that is full of holes. It's done tore up. I think it got caught in the washing machine or something, or one of the dogs got it. So let me show y'all what I do here. And I got scissors and I'll cut me some strip. All right, y'all can see how I did that. So that's probably about 2.5 inches thick. And I've never had a faucet freeze, like I was saying. And it don't cost next to nothing, just a roll of electrical tape. All right, y'all, there's a nut that's on the side of the house. It's taped up, and y'all can see how big that is. Like I say, never had a problem with this, and it's just about free. Just a $2 or $3 roll of electrical tape, and the tape, you ain't using that much tape. So that turned out good. One more faucet to go, y'all. All right, y'all, this is one of the last ones. I've wrapped a couple more up. This one I've decided not to wrap. I've turned the water off. I'm able to turn the water off this one very easily inside the house. And this is the one that we use to water the cattle and the goats and the chickens and stuff, mostly. So I just opened it up so all the water would run out of it. It's kind of downhill, and I turned the water off before I did inside the house. So in the morning, whenever we go to water the cattle and the goats or anything like that, I'll just cut the water back on in the house and hook the hose back up to it. But that's a lot of pipe to try to wrap, and so it's easier just to cut the water off of this one. Sorry, y'all. I should have said something. I was halfway back to the house before I realized something that's actually very important. And this is the time when most houses, you have heaters going, you have fires in the fireplace going, anything. And in worst case scenario, if your house ever caught on fire, let me tell y'all a secret, and I learned this from my granddaddy, and he was to the T on this. Always keep you a water hose inside your house in case of emergency fire during freezing weather. You can take that hose. One, it'll be flexible because it's still warm, the room temperature in the house, and not freezing and stiff. If you've ever went out and it's freezing cold and you tried to get your water hose, one, it's probably full of ice or frozen up. Two, it's stiff as a rock. And I did for a while, cheated on that, and I would just take the water hose and like stretch it out downhill and let the water run out of it and just have the water hose in the yard. Well, one year I needed the water hose, not for a house fire, but I needed the water hose. And y'all, that water hose was hard as a rock, and when I went to move the water hose, it actually snapped because it froze into the ground, and we had a layer of ice. And I learned my lesson right then, something my granddad had always said: keep a water hose in your house. And that's good practice. That way, if you ever have any fires or anything like that, you can just get that hose, hook it up to a spigot, and you can put the work on the fire or try to do something with it before the fire department gets there. Because not all the time you can reach to a phone and get the fire department, and you got to take care of it yourself. So always keep a water hose that's inside, 50 foot, 100 foot, whatever. Just buy a new one or something. Just keep it inside. That way you always have it. All right, everyone. I don't know how good y'all can see me. I'm out here at the pasture, and we keep lights. These are 1,000 watt, or no, 5,000 watt, 5,000 watt lights. And I had them all over the fence line aimed out to where I can see any predators at night. I can see, I know y'all can't see it on the camera, but I can see at night all the way on the other side of the pond. I can see the pond dam and everything really good all the way around this house for about 250 something yards, 300 yards. So, and as y'all can see behind me right there, I finally got the power back on the picnic shelter. It's been without power for a long time now. Our daughter, when she built her tiny home, when I built her a tiny home for her, she decided she wanted a goldfish pool in the backyard and was going to get some of the goldfish that my wife raises. And I gave her the shovel, and she cut the electric line going down to the picnic shelter. So I finally, after about 3 years, got a chance to go over there and fix that so the chickens could have some light down there, and I can see way down there at the picnic shelter. And so what I was talking about before, just make sure y'all wrap the pipes up. Ain't nothing worse than, like, I've done it before myself. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you walk into your truck and you hear water running, or you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you go to turn the water on to shave or something, and you ain't got no water. So it ain't nothing worse than 5 o'clock on a freezing cold morning going out and finding a busted pipe or a water line or something like that coming to your house. It's so easy just to go out, and like I say, you don't have to go by. You can, for the easiness, you can just go to Lowe's or Walmart or anywhere and buy those little styrofoam boots that go over the whole spigot. I've had those and used those a long time ago, and you about got to buy them every year because the sun deteriorates them, or one of the dogs would get them and chew them up, and they ain't nothing but a piece of styrofoam that's painted gray. So it's easier for me just to get an old towel or an old rag and wipe the faucet up and a little bit of electrical tape, and it lasts. And you can see that was last year's on 2 of the faucets. It already still had last year's wrappings on it, and I just trimmed them back to where I could use the actually use the spigot. So hope y'all got something out of that, and maybe learned a cheap trick to do. And just make sure y'all wrapping them pipes up. Like I said, we're getting down to 29 tonight here, and I know people up in North Carolina and all that, it's getting a heck of a lot colder. If it's 29 down here, it's way colder up there. So pray for them, keep them in your prayers, say a prayer for them, and hope y'all got something out of this. Come back and see us soon. God bless.